Hey there, grammar students. This is Chelsea with Let's Talk. Today, let's break down the past perfect tense, a brand new tense. Are you excited? I love a new tense. So before we talk about past perfect, I want to do a little review of present perfect. So we use present perfect kind of in three general situations. First, something that started in the past and is still true. Something that happened at an unknown time in the past. And something that happened multiple times. In the past. An example for each one. I have lived here for 5 years. I lived here 5 years ago. I still live here today. I have lived here for 5 years. Or I've shopped there before. At some point before right now, I have shopped there. For our third definition, I have shopped there many times. All right? So for each of these situations, we're talking about something before now. So if we make a little timeline, where over here is the future, over here is the past, and this line here is the present. All of these examples of present perfect are something that happened at some point before now. It started at some point, and there's some kind of connection to the present. So either it's still true, or it happened at some point here, or it happened multiple times here. But our point of reference is always now. It's always the present that we're comparing to. So if we swap to past perfect has these same uses, but our time reference point is now sometime in the past. So let me show you some examples. So instead of started in the past, it's still true, we're going to say it started before something in the past. And it was still true at whatever time we're discussing in the past. So if two people go to a movie, at the end of the movie, she realized her friend had been asleep since the middle of the movie. So, at the middle of the movie, her friend started sleeping. At this time, when she realized he was still sleeping. So, let me put that again on a little chart. We've got future off that way. Present is our vertical line. And past is off to the left. We have, let's say, this point here. And this is our new reference point. So for this sentence, our reference point is the time that she realized. She looked over and, oh, she realized. So this is our time in the past. She realized her friend had been asleep since the middle of the movie. So if this is the middle of the movie, he had been asleep all the way up till this time. It was still true at this time when she realized. Similarly, we can use it for something that happened at an unknown or unspecified time before a different time in the past. So I could say, by the end of the movie, she had eaten all the popcorn. So we don't know exactly when she finished the popcorn, but at some point before the end of the movie. So our reference point here is the end of the movie, and at some point before the end of the movie, she finished the popcorn. We don't know exactly when, but at some point before. And our last usage. For past perfect would be something that happened multiple times before this point in the past. All right, so we could say she was annoyed because he had sent 10 text messages during the movie. All right, so this is our event in the past. She was annoyed, and before she was annoyed, 10 times he sent text messages. So again, if our reference point here is when she felt annoyed, then multiple times before that, he had sent text messages. All right, let's talk structure. You may have already picked up on the pattern by now, but past perfect will use had plus the past participle. So really easy to remember. It's just like present perfect, but we have the past tense form of have. Present perfect is have or has. Past perfect, had. Had plus the past participle. So, of course, we can make a negative statement as well. I had not seen the movie yet. We add our negative word here, not between the auxiliary verb and the main verb. I had not seen, or more commonly, hadn't. I hadn't seen the movie yet. For a question, had you seen the movie yet? Auxiliary verb, subject, main verb, object, and other. And for an information question, when had you seen the movie? So, question word, auxiliary verb, subject, main verb, object or other. When had you seen the movie? So, follows all the same rules as everything else we've talked about. All right, so one last thing I'd like to mention. In our sentence with past perfect, that reference point, I can give a specific time, but if I want to say an event that was happening then, I'll use past simple for that. You probably noticed already. He ate the candy. She had bought for herself. So in this case, this reference point, this event in the past is he ate the candy. So here we've got our past simple verb. He ate the candy. And the thing that happened before that is she had bought the candy for herself. So at some point before he ate the candy, she bought the candy. So at its most basic, past perfect just tells us that something happened before something else happened in the past. All right, that's everything for past perfect for today. In the comments, tell me something you had done before the age of 10. This is Chelsea telling you it's not nerdy being wordy. Let's talk again soon.